Over the last 12 to 15 hours, I have seen many posts and heard many arguments that the South African last wicket partnership on Thursday was the cause of the West Indies defeat. I have also heard many arguments and have seen many posts suggesting that the umpires were biased against the West Indies. In my opinion, the facts are that if at the beginning of the second test match, you had told me that South Africa will be bowled out for 160 in their first innings, I would have taken that. You would have taken that. After our bowlers dismissed South Africa for 160, the match should never have been close after that. The sole blame of West Indies losing this match was for the inept batting of our batsmen. There can be no other reason why West Indies lost this match. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the #1 cricket channel in the West Indies. I greet you on this Sunday morning, and I'm happy that you are here. During the test match, many of you have comments about who you think should play and who should not play, who you think should be in the squad and who should not be in the squad. This morning, let us hear from you on all those matters because the test match is finished now and there's not a West Indies test squad. So we can discuss any player and every player. Give me your views, give me your opinions. They are welcome this morning to discuss. Tell me who you think should be in the squad, but just don't tell me, just don't give me a name. Give me your reason, your rationale behind it. I've invited Bobby Brown here this morning to discuss with us the reaction to the West Indies defeat along with his views on the player ratings. Hello, Bobby. Good morning.
Hello, Mr. Brown. Good morning. How you doing?
I am great, man. Please, Bobby, tell us, what is your reaction? What is your review? In reviewing this West Indies defeat, the floor is now yours to tell us what you think of the West Indies performance in the match.
Well, definitely not feeling good today. We lost a match that we could have easily won. Easily won. I'm still thinking how we lost that match. But it's the West Indies. But I felt like Kraigg and Andre Coley kind of went away from their plan, what they were working with, and they didn't trust their methods, and it caused this defeat. I heard Kraigg say they were playing with intent. They went out there to play with some intent, but I'm wondering what intent, because South Africa making 160. All we had to do was play with some intent in terms of, okay, I'm gonna go out here. I'm going to make sure I make more than this 160 and also give my team a lead. And I don't know what they went into that first innings thinking, but it was definitely the wrong approach. They had time on their side. I understand the pitch was a bit spicy, but I felt that when the pitch was playing the worst, we didn't make much of our first innings, and I felt like that's where we lost the game. We lost the game in the first innings. We should have came out the first innings with at least a lead of 60. So I'm not feeling very happy right now with Andre Coley and Kraigg Brathwaite. I'm starting to lose faith in them and trust in them. And I'm not one to call for the coach and the captain, but I'm losing faith in them because I've seen a team or a leader or some leaders who basically are not trusting their method, are not trusting what they say they were working on. So that's my reaction of the whole game.
You said there just now, and I'm going to come back to Kraigg Brathwaite excuses, but you said there just now that the West Indies move away from what they told us they were working on. Is this a sign that they are no longer trusting the process that they had planned?
I think so. I think so. I don't know why, but I think they're not trusting the process of whatever they've been working on for the past year. Because this match, it was very simple. You know, they were under no pressure. Their style of cricket they could have played, and we would have won this match easily. So I think they're not trusting their plan, and that's not a good sign. That is never a good sign when the leader is not trusting his plan.
Okay, in the first innings of the first test match, they made 233 from 92 overs. They came on a lot of criticism for scoring at 2.4 runs per over. But in this match, in the first innings, you would have taken 233 from 92 overs.
Every day, and we would have won. And they must understand that, you know, when you bat like that and people criticize you, okay. But if you win, you will hear no noise. You will hear no noise. And that's what you need to do. You need to find a way to win by any means necessary. Win.
Yes, because persons will say they don't show any intent. Persons will say they scored too slowly and it was not entertaining. But what really entertains you? West Indies winning or a batsman going out there and play a few beautiful strokes and then got out a few balls later? What is the real entertainment? West Indies winning or the batsman playing a few strokes and getting out?
Definitely West Indies winning, because when the batsman go out and play a few strokes, everybody who's saying to play with intent, they're angry. They're mad. I know they're angry and they wish the batsman would have just tempered it a bit more. Because, you know, shots will come. You will get your time to play shots. But just tempered it a bit. Because, you know, I don't know what they went out there to do in that first innings. Of Hodge, I don't know what he was doing. I don't know what the Silva was doing. I don't know what they were thinking. They had so much time. And if these guys play test cricket a lot or watch it a lot, they will know the pitch will calm down.
Yes. Yesterday, you look at the lower order batting, the Silva, Motie, Warrican, and you look at that pitch and you realize that if our top order, I just leave a little more deliveries, just bat longer because most of them got out of deliveries that they should not be playing at. You know, well, Brathwaite is usual problem of not allowing himself to access the ball and playing across his front pad. Well, you know, it is usual problem, but that's something that he should have to solve. But it clearly show that if our batsmen had intent, but with some intent on leaving the deliveries, you know, show that intent to leave balls that were not attacking the stump. We clearly saw that by after tea, the pitch had lever out, and West Indies will be looking to wrap up the match early this morning.
Yeah, it hurts my heart to see Warrican showed more composure than the guys who get paid to bat. You know, Warrican was very determined to stay at the crease. And, you know, when I see Athanaze come out there and, you know, he couldn't read Pete, and the thing that he chose to do was just to throw his hand in the air and said, I'm just going to swipe. I want to know, what is that? You know, it just pains my heart to see that type of cricket being played by guys who are playing test cricket. You know, it's almost like they're playing high school cricket, Headley Cup cricket. That's not test cricket. That's not test level batsman standard to just go out there and throw your hands because you're not reading the ball.
Yeah. Wesley McPherson, I think the name is Wesley McPherson. Yesterday in the live chat while I was doing the watch along, he said that these batsmen cannot bat. Well, at the time, I tried to temper it because I said that they are below average batsmen. But Wesley McPherson was saying that these batsmen cannot bat. And after thinking about it, probably Wesley McPherson is right, Bobby. They just cannot bat, period. What do you think?
Yeah. I think he's right. They just cannot bat because that type of batting display was just disgusting. I mean, Keacy Carty, another example. He got a lifeline, and about 6 balls after, did the same thing he just did. Because if you can bat, you're gonna hold your wicket. You're gonna treasure you're gonna treasure your wicket. You're not gonna just give away your wicket and throw your hands in the air like that. So I think they just cannot bat, and they feel like, okay, maybe if I play some shots, I will go somewhere. The bowler will back off, and that didn't work. You know, especially against our attack with Rabada. He's for me the best test bowler right now. So that will never work on good bowling attack.
World-class bowler always want you to be playing your shots.
Every
They
time.
know that they're going to get you out. I would have repeated it many times that I've heard Mikyle Holding said that I'll give a batsman 16 runs in an over every day if I know I'm going to get him out in that same over. So, you know, it's very, very important that you play with the right approach. I am not advocating for persons to be blocking, and leaving. But good batsmen is going to pounce on every loose deliveries, and bowlers are not robot. So they are going to bowl loose deliveries, but you have to respect the good deliveries that they bowl. Coming to Brathwaite now, I'm thinking that Brathwaite is just full of excuses. In England, we heard about learning, that we have learned. What has he learned? We have not seen any learning. Learning should bring about a change in behavior. Learning should bring about a change in disposition. We have not seen that from the West Indies team. He went on to say that we need to play more test matches and we'll get better. But then South Africa, majority of the players in this South African team have not played a test match since last year. We have played, this is our 7th test match since here. So it can't be more about playing more test matches. How many more excuses is Brathwaite really going to come up with, Bobby?
Yeah. That's what I'm thinking. How many more excuses? Because the only people I see learning here is the bowlers. I've not seen any type of learning from the batsman, from any one of them. No learning I have seen from them. Only the bowlers I've seen. You know, the bowlers have been learning, and you know, it's so unfair for them because they go out there, they work so hard, and the batsman wouldn't even give them some help. And then they have to go again and try to make the runs again and do the batsman job again. You know? So the batsman, Kraigg Brathwaite, and his batsman need to pull their socks up. It's unacceptable right now.
And Bobby, we look at Jayden Seales. We are finished with the batsmen now. Jayden Seales, 9 for 106 in this match. He was at his brilliant best. Give us some thoughts on what you think of that bowling performance from Jayden Seales.
Oh, that bowling performance was top class. Definitely one of the best I've seen. You know, it goes up there with that Shamar in Australia at the Gabba. That was just top class from Jayden. He just keeps on getting better and better and better. And this guy's ceiling is just so high. You know, I feel like he can be one of the greats. That bowling performance was something else. You know, he just keeps on coming at you, coming at you, coming at you. He never gives up. You know, I love what Jayden Seales is doing. I love this guy.
He seems so level-headed. I recall back in 2021 when they played Pakistan at Sabina Park and he got those 5 wickets. I'd said that Jayden Seales has the potential to be the next great West Indies fast bowler. I was criticized then because persons were saying after a few test matches you are pronouncing that. But we have seen it. And one of the things that impressed me most with Jayden Seales, he seems so level-headed. He seems so focused. He seems so driven. I know that his parents is leading him well and is teaching him well as a human being and instilling some good principles in him. But what impressed you most about Jayden Seales, Bobby?
Just his attitude towards the game. You know, his attitude towards learning, always improving, you know, his attitude towards fitness as a young man, that has really impressed me. But like you said, most of that has to do with his parents, you know. His parents are teaching him the right way. And that's what I love with him. And like I said, the sky's the limit for him. You know, I like the fact that right now, currently, he's working on his red ball game because he knows once you're good at red ball game, you're more than likely to good at any other game. So I like that approach from him. And you know, youngsters, even batsmen, can learn from Jayden Seals, can learn from also Shamar. You know, if the batsman did put in the work and the right application as Jayden Seals, trust me, they could be better.
Shamar Joseph, 5 for 33 in the first innings. When a pitch is offering any assistance at all, because of how straight Shamar bowl most of the time, he becomes unplayable. He's a devastating bowler. He's very good. And along with Seals, he's the West Indies bowling, fast bowling is looking good. What do you think about Shamar?
Oh yeah, Shamar was looking good. You know, I wanted him to get at least one wicket in the second innings, but it's good anyway. He got five. He got a five for in his hometown. But you know, Shamar was looking good. A lot of people were saying in England, you know, it looked like he has regressed. But I said, you know, in the first test, he looked like, you know, he was carrying a nigger. Plus, he didn't get enough chance to bowl, right? He looked good. He bowled the right lengths. But, you know, that's how it goes sometimes when you have an attack when other guys are taking wicket. You're not always going to be taking fifers and fourfers. Other bowlers are there too. So, I mean, Shamar have definitely looked top class. And, you know, I'm excited to see where this bowling attack goes. And also when Alzari come back, you know, we have a very good, I can say a world class bowling attack now.
Yes, and what I have a little concern that Shamar seemed to be just always carrying a little nigger. Somebody said that he needs to come to Jamaica and drink some coconut soup and Ominican porridge and those things, you know, and eat some Trelawney yam and so on, because he just seemed to always have a little nigger. Why you think that Shamar Joseph all of a sudden just seemed to be always having a little nigger?
It could be because of the traveling. Maybe, you know, it's a new thing on his body. He wasn't like brought up and having to travel that much. So it could be because the traveling. I remember I listened to an interview with him at the first test in Australia, and he said he ate the right stuff. You know, he eats his vegetables and you know all of that. He doesn't really eat sweets and stuff like that. So I'm not sure it's his diet, but you know maybe it could be. Maybe he's you know flying all around now, not getting his food, his okra and stuff. He said he eats. It could be, but I think he probably just needs to try yoga because yoga is very good if you always having cramps. So maybe he I think he'll find it. He's a smart guy, so he'll find the issue why he's carrying niggles so much and cramping.
Yes, and so you made a very good point. I love the point that he because he never have that workload as a youngster and was not playing a lot of cricket before he came into the Guyana first class team, his body is now adjusting to it, and that could be true. The comment from the Jamaican, I think, is just more in jest than you know thinking that there is a concern about his eating. I just think that is in jest. Now, Warrican and Motie, they also bowl well, especially in Trinidad. Warrican bowl very well. But in this match, the spinners, they still play their part. They got 5 wickets in the match between both of them, so we cannot rule them out. And as you said, this bowling attack is looking very, very good. I recall at the start of the test series, I said that I want the bowlers to make it very difficult for Alzari Joseph to get back in this team. Do you think they are going some way to making it difficult for Alzari Joseph to get back in this team? And while you mentioned Alzari Joseph, I also want to put it out there that I'm very, very impressed with Anderson Phillips. I really think that Anderson Phillips is bowling as good in Seals And I just want to put that out there. And there's a young man from Barbados who played in under 19 cricket. I don't want to mention him at this time because he's not on anyone's radar, but I'm looking forward to that young man from Barbados, especially in next year regional 4-day tournament. What are your thoughts on these bowlers making it difficult for the bowlers outside to get in?
It's very difficult, and like you said, they're making it very difficult for Alzari because remember, Roach is still there, and I think Roach bowled pretty well in Trinidad. So Roach is going to be around for I would say at least another 16 months, 18 months. But it's very difficult for youngsters now who are not in the West Indies setup to get in the team, particularly fast bowlers or even spinners, because Warrican was away. And it's going to be hard now to drop Warrican after his performances, even with the bat. So it's going to be very tough to drop Warrican, even though we know that they want to use Motie as that all-format bowler, as our first choice spin bowler. But, the performances from Warrican, it's going to be very tough to drop this guy. So, like I said, the bowling looks to be in good hands, particularly fast bowling, and even without Anderson Phillips, we know we have Jeremiah Louis. We have a couple other fast bowlers who are doing well. I have a fast bowler. It's the first time I've seen him from Jamaica, but he looks good. I like him. I want to see what he's gonna do next year. So we have quality in fast bowling, and I like it. If we could only see half of this in the batting, I think we can start winning some test matches.
And you'll see me smiling there as I think about the fast bowling. It makes me very, very happy because now with the standard that you saw Shamar and he'll set, and you refer to Kemar Roach not bowling that badly in the first test, it is now going to be very, very important that the fast bowlers keep taking their game to the next level. And by the competition that exists to get a place in the West Indies team, hopefully they will see it as a positive and strive to be better. Because I don't want them to do like the batsmen who are waiting on people to fail. And that is what is happening with the batsmen, They are waiting on persons to fail to get into the team. But I don't want to see that happen to the fast bowlers. I want those who are not in the team to strive to be better than those who are in the team. And those who are in the team continues to strive to be better because they know that the competition is stiff. So I'm very, very happy about our fast bowling prospect.
Yeah. Our fast bowling is looking good. And like you said, Anderson Phillips. I remember the last time, not the last time we went to Australia, the time before. And I saw Anderson Phillips and I was not impressed. But when I saw this guy bowling in this 4-day regional, I was like, wow, this guy is running in. He went back to the drawing board. He went back to the gym and he's ready. He's pumped up and he's ready to pounce. So if there's an injury or there's a dip in form, I know Anderson Phillips is ready to take somebody's game. And that's what we want to see from more bowlers and more batsmen. Ready to take somebody's game and also stay with their game. Good competition. We don't want you to go there and just be content with being there. We want you to strive to be the best, because we have some fast bowlers who are striving to be the best in the world. And I really think if they continue like this within, let's say, a year, we can say they're one of the best bowling attacks we have going around in the world.
Yes, they are good. Especially, I'm just so happy with Shamar Joseph and Jayden Seals, Warrican, and to a lesser extent Motie, because I want more from Motie, but I'm not undermining Motie. I'm just saying that I want more, But those three impress me. Those three definitely impressed me. I'm gonna go to the comments now because after the comments and we're going to also have our player ratings. So let's hear what the comments are saying. Gerard Mead, hello, how you doing, man? All the way from London. Good afternoon to you over in London. Was a strategy formulated by the West Indies to win the match? What was the tactical approach to this strategy? If one existed. And he continues by saying, our bowlers toil in vain because our batsmen backbone and match sense. I don't quite understand that part, but
I think he's saying our batsman had no backbone and sense to win the match.
Okay. And then Mr. Casanova is saying our bowlers need to be getting more for their bowling and batting. I think Mr. Casanova is saying there that the bowlers need to be getting more pay than the batsmen. How do you react to those three comments, Bobby?
Well, the first one, they look like they did not have a plan. They look like they did not have a strategy for batting. Their strategy was just go out there, play some shots, hopefully we get past 160. I don't think they had a strong strategy to say, listen, we're going to get past 160 no matter what. I don't think they were willing to dig deep. I think they just throw their hands in the air and said, we're going to play some shots. If we get past 160, that's it. Or get close to it, that's it. Because like I said previously, if they had a plan and went in there and just get a lead of 60, even 60, we would have won the match so easily.
Okay. Kirk Amudu is so what do you think about that the bowlers should get more pay than the batsmen? You agree with that?
Yeah, because they have to come and also trying to win the game with the bat. They have already done their work. They're not getting enough rest, number two, because they've bowled 70, 80 overs. The team goes to batting 40, 50 overs. Then they're back in the field bowling again, bowling well. Batsmen dropping catches. Then they have to come back now and trying to be there, batting again to save the day. Motie and Warrican bat more overs than Athanaze and the top order. I think even more than Carty.
Okay. Kirk Amute, who is an eternal pessimist, should say, and he said that, good morning, Mr. Carlton. Hope your day is well. Thank you very much. It is, Our batsmen let us down over and over again. It's time for some serious changes in the West Indies team. 1 to 7 needs to be replaced. Do you agree with that, Bobby?
Easier said than done. It's easier said than done. Who we gonna replace them with? We just have to go with them and try to change them one by one. I don't think we can just make wholesale changes like that. It's not gonna be fun.
Okay. Good morning, Dexter Clemens. Happy to have you here. Good morning, Esso. Happy to have you here. Mikyle Douglas is saying, I have just accepted we just cannot bat. No matter what plans they implemented, we just don't have the talent to carry it out. What do you think, Bobby?
There's some truth to that. A lot of the guys just cannot bat. And I feel like sometimes Kraigg knows it, and that's why he wants to be there for the glue. And that's why I'm so disappointed in him changing his approach, being peer pressured to change his approach. And he know why he bats like that. And I'm so disappointed in him and also in Hodge, because Hodge is another guy who should be there and hold the team. You should be play as a glue. But every time I see Hodge look to be a bit aggressive, he never really passed 29. Sometimes he doesn't even pass 10 doing that. And I wish he would just played like how or what got him to West Indies.
Aaron Senna is saying that CWI should schedule a 2-match series versus Sri Lanka before the white ball series. These batters have potential. They need experience. Aaron Senna, I guess you would not have heard when I said it. No matter how much cricket these guys play, they won't, no matter how much test cricket these guys play or how much first-class cricket they play, if they don't have the basic, if they don't have the basic right, they will not improve. And what they need more than test matches at this time is now that this test match is over, they go back to their hometown, they get their personal coach, and they work on their game. Do the boring things for a long period. Practice the basic until it becomes muscle memory. What is happening to these guys, I said it yesterday, is that when they are batting, they are concentrating on two things. They are concentrating on techniques and they are watching the ball. That's why they are not balanced at the crease. If they were practicing long enough and have good techniques, they would have confidence in that techniques. And you heard about muscle memory, conditional reflex action. That's when you practice your techniques and have confidence in your techniques. You don't have to concentrate on doing the right thing when you are batting because of muscle memory and conditional reflex. Once you are watching that ball, you will do the right thing. It's just like if somebody is trying to stick you in your eye and you are looking at the person, you are looking at the object coming towards your eye, it cannot hit you in your eye because your body is trained to defend and protect your eyes. It's the same thing. It's not more match. Not more match. It's about doing the boring things long enough, practicing the basic things until you cannot get it right. So when you are batting, you don't have to be concentrating on techniques, but just watching the ball and your body. Your techniques will allow you to react to it. It's not more matches. It's not more matches. They must be players' responsibility. Good morning, Leslie Blake. Mr. Casanova is saying, it's crazy to me our bowlers look more confident playing against South African bowlers, while our top order batsmen looks scored like looks scared like a turker and lost in Wonderland. That is so true, Bobby. And if you look at Gudakesh Motie playing Pete yesterday, Pete retired from international cricket. He was living in America. The South African called him up earlier this year and said, let's go South Africa and play some cricket. And Athanaze could not bat that man. Athanaze looked lost, like what I call like a rabbit in the headlight of a car. And then when Gudakesh Motie came to the crease, you wonder if it was the same bowler that Athanaze was facing. They can't bat, Bobby.
They can't bat. I mean, Athanaze can't bat. But like you said, it goes back to the same thing. The bowlers put in the work. So they are more confident in their ability. The batsmen, they're not putting in the work.
A good point that you made, Bobby. And not cut you, I'll allow you to continue, but that is a very good point because it's the same point I'm making. If you put in the work, you'll be confident in your ability. Go ahead, Bobby.
Yeah. And like I said, that's the big difference. The bowlers, they're putting in the work. The batsmen are not putting in the work because we've seen guys making the same mistake year after year. You know, not really improving. Athanaze, you've just played 3 test matches in England. You've played 1 previously. So that's what, 6, 8, 9 innings. And you come now. This is your 10th innings in less than 2 months. And a guy who's been retired, you're making him look like Murley or Shane Warne out there. And Gudakesh Motie come and slap this guy around.
If the theory that playing more matches would make them better, we should have beat South Africa easily. So is saying plans change according to the situation of the game. There's no reason for the West Indies to lose this game. No game awareness. Absolutely so. Verreynne and John is saying, this is the most pathetic batting side I have seen since I have been watching Windies cricket the past 30 years. They make even ordinary spinners look like Shane Warne. And Bobby, so much truth in that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You know, then Pete was looking like Shane Warne against Athanaze. He looked lost. You know, he was just one time I remember he was so lost. he was playing a reverse sweep with 2 slips. And he almost hit the ball in the keeper hand one time. He hit the ball in the slips hand one time. He was so lost. He just could not function.
Yes. Athena, welcome to the show. Good to have you here. Brandon Webb is saying that batsmen are born. No one can teach you how to bat. Don't agree, but it's your opinion. You are entitled to your opinion. And you are very happy that no one can now blame Kirk McKenzie. I honestly feel Kraigg is too comfortable. Kraigg can go a lot of tests without a score, while the other batsmen have to treat each match as their last. Is there any merit to that from Matt Pryor, Bobby?
There's some. Kraigg can go a while with some bad scores, but I don't think he's kind of doing it on purpose. Kraigg has been known for these types of dipping form, dipping in spells throughout his career, and I feel like he's just going through a bad patch. Don't know if it's the pressure. Some people say it's the pressure of the captaincy, but yeah, I can see where Matt Pryor is coming from, but I don't think Kraigg is the type of guy to do it like deliberately. I think he's always working on his game. He's just a bit limited, but that's just the way it is.
Okay. John P. Nicol is saying that I agree with Bobby. He doesn't usually agree with me, Bobby, so I know that he will agree with you, When you bowl a team out for 160 on the first day, and everybody will agree with that, John P. Nicol, you have to come out and bat with a purpose. You just don't give away your wicket playing bush league shots. And that is so true, Bobby.
Yeah, because you bowl them out for 160. I don't want to hear any excuse that the pitch is doing this. That's a perfect test match pitch. That to me, that's how a test match pitch should play, especially
Yeah.
for the first day.
Yeah.
South Africa made a bad decision of batting first, and we did not capitalize.
Definitely. Good morning, Sherwin. Mr. Casanova is saying that the most impressive thing about Jayden Seales, some of your comments have passed me by, so don't think that I'm ignoring your comments. Some have just passed me by, and I hope you can understand that I'm not ignoring any comment. The most impressive thing about Jayden Seales is his attitude and hunger to learn and be a better bowler. At the end yesterday, he was talking to Rabada. You were impressed by that, Bobby, definitely.
Definitely, I was impressed with the battle too. Him and Rabada was having. I was impressive with that. I was impressed by that. Like I said, this young man is impressive, and we have to big up his dad, his parents, for growing him the right way. And I wish more youths would see this, and more parents or agents would see this and take the right path. And West Indies cricket can become better. They have a job too.
Yes. Osbert says, I think Osbert says, I think this is the first time I'm seeing this person. I appreciate your comment. Welcome. Thank you very much. West Indies have to make a big change. Let the T20 players play test match and put the test team to play T20. You got to make big change. Bring back Mayers, Chase, Hope, Cornwall, Fletcher, Blackwood. Osbert says, thank you for your comment. We appreciate it. We hope we'll get some more details in the future on why you think that we should do it this way. But we appreciate your comment. You may well be onto something. Kirkamute is saying that Seales, Shamar, Springer, Thomas, Zari is the future. Kirkamute, I would say the same thing to you. While I agree with Seales definitely and Shamar Joseph, please give us some more information why you rate the other bowlers so highly. What have they done for you to rate them so highly? I'm sure we think that the captain have regressed. Do you think that batting have regressed, Bobby?
He said he has regressed in his mind, giving Jason Holder the ball. Yeah, that was very confusing why he done that. Jason Holder should have never opened the bowling. I didn't know if he did it again in the second innings because I wasn't there, but I don't understand that tactics. I wish Kraigg can come and explain it to us. Why would you have Shamar there and not give the two youngsters, the two quicks, the bowling? Why was Jason Holder given the new ball. Maybe he's saying Holder was only going to bowl 3 overs because it looks like nowadays Holder can't bowl more than 3 over spells. So I don't understand the rationale behind that.
Yes, he was given the new ball also in the second innings. On Saturday, on Friday, when Brathwaite was bowling the seamers from one end in 3 over spells, I look at it and I applaud the tactics. But on deeper analysis of it, was it to defend Older, who cannot bowl more than 3 overs, because Seals was in the middle of a good spell. He had Gudakesh Motie, and he was still giving only 3 overs when you remember after lunch, was it after lunch or after tea when Seals got 2 quick wickets and Motie got 2 and South Africa lost 4 wickets quickly to be, I think, 123 for 4 and then for 5 because they had lost a wicket earlier. But Seals was taken off after 3 overs. Was that a genuine tactics on the part of Brathwaite, or was it a tactics to protect Older because he cannot bowl more than 3 overs? What do you think, Bobby?
I think that's a tactic to protect Older because we know Shamar, even carrying a niggle at times, can bowl way more than 3 overs. The same thing for Jayden Seals. I remember in Trinidad, and I think it was the second day, Holder bowled, I think, 12 overs. Seals bowled like 20-something overs. Roach bowled like, I think, 16, 17 overs. He was tired. The ball was swinging and Holder was so tired, he couldn't bowl. The spinner had to bowl, and the ball was swinging.
Yeah. Verreynne and John is saying that Seals and Shamar have passed Alzarri Joseph. I concur. I think they have passed him. And if Alzarri Joseph can get his head and act together, we will have an awesome trio for the future. That's a very good point. What I want to see, and I've said it, is that the competition intensifies and they become better and better and better. And it's not a case like Persus want others to fail, but want others persons to perform. Bobby, it's going to be a very interesting performance. Wesley McPherson.
And just to say something on Alzarri, and I was watching some replay games of 2022 and early 2023 with him, and I saw that Alzarri normally operates around the 137 to about 144. And over the past years, we've seen him continuously hit 148, 150. And I'm wondering if his problem is he's just trying to bowl a little too fast and missing his lengths. Because in 2022, early 2023, he was bowling good. He was bowling perfect lengths. And I don't think he's doing it on purpose. I think he's just overstriding for that bitter pace. And, he's just missing his line. But I think if he can get that right, like the person said, we can have a deadly trio.
Okay. Country boy in London, I think you get the first name wrong. I don't know who you're referring to. What do you think
Carty.
Is it Carty or Curry or somebody?
Yeah, I think you want to say Carty.
Well, if it is Carty, will be a good test player. We hope so. But so far, he has not shown it. And for someone who has been playing regional 4-day cricket for the past 8 years and is averaging 28, I really hope he turns that around, and we all hope that he become a good test player. But right now, there's no indication that either he or Edmire will be good test cricketers. So I take your views, but I disagree with your views. They will need drastic improvement in their batting to show that they are good test cricketers. Sherwin said that Shamar seems to have a cramp issue. He needs to eat bananas during the game. There are many people with that problem in the NBA. Thank you. And probably you need to, if that's the issue, you probably need more water and a little salt in the water also. So probably if that's the issue. And so John P. Nicol is saying Jeremiah Lewis, not a fast bowler. I don't know. What do you think, Bobby, about Jeremiah Lewis?
He's not quick. I guess they consider him as medium fast. But I think he's quicker than a medium pacer, but he's not super quick. But I mean, he does a lot with the ball, and I want to see him for next year in the
Yeah.
regional. But yeah, he's not the quickest. He's not express pace.
Yeah, Sherwin is saying that Alzara Joseph is needed. He's the one who puts fear in the batter's head with his short ball. If the captain set a better field, he will give us less runs. All right. The point you are making, though, Sherwin, and this is a point that you need to understand. We want Alzari in this team, but we don't want Alzari in this team because the bowlers are failing. We want Alzari in this team because he takes his bowling to the next level. That's all the point we are making, So exactly. Okay, so Bobby, we're going to go to the player rating now. The comments are scrolling in. I have said this many times, said Clement Royal. Since Older lost the captain armband, he no longer have any interest. How do you react to that, Bobby?
I could see where he was complacent after he lost the armband, and I could see where they have some truth to that. But he left Test cricket and he's back now, and he's saying, he's interested. He's very much got back the love for the game, and I can see where he's improving on his batting. His bowling has fallen off. He cannot make the team no longer as a bowler. I can see some determination in his batting, but like he said, he has regained interest in the game. So I guess it's one of the things where we just have to see.
Yes, Eric McClymont, thank you very much. Batsmanship is in short supply. We need a comprehensive change from schoolboy cricket to regional cricket. Added to that, coaches need to be of a caliber to impart the knowledge. Before you react to that, Bobby, I want to make 2 points here. I saw a Jamaica under 15 player in a match, I think 2 weeks ago. And I think he hit a 6 and got out. And I asked him what happened. He said he has not trained for 2 months. And I'm saying that can't be an excuse, man. And he keep on insisting that he has not trained for 2 months. And he's a national under 15 player. What is that an attitude that spread right through the region, Bobby?
I think so. I think not training and not taking training seriously, is an attitude we have, is a problem we have across the Caribbean. I've seen that with pro players. I've seen a pro player who played in the CPL, and then this guy did not train for 3 months. And I'm saying this guy's a pro. No wonder you're a mediocre guy.
Yes. Grantley Griffin is saying that, who do you have to be the captain of the West Indies team if you drop Kraigg Brathwaite? You will have to give it back to Older or Chase, who was not in the squad. All right. Number one, I am Brathwaite out as of now. In England, I was probably 100% Brathwaite out. Maybe I'm about 70-75%. No, but I'm still Brathwaite out. So the first thing, Brathwaite out doesn't mean that he will be dropped from the team. Just like how Joe Root, the captaincy was taken away from Joe Root in England, and he's still playing. If Brathwaite is interested in West Indies cricket, he will still play, and that's what you want persons to play. Now, I have said it before, that although I am Brathwaite out, once he remains captain and have not resigned, I will not name who should take it over from him. I am confident and I have enough respect for these young men to know that somewhere among them, someone can lead the team. I don't think that Brathwaite will be captain for perpetuity, and other captains will have to rise. So, but I have persons in mind, but I will not name them. Bobby, you want to react to that comment?
Yeah. It's kind of tough. Brathwaite out. I'm kind of leaning to Brathwaite out right now. I'm 50-50, just because he looked like he has lost faith in what He does. And he's not trusting his plan. And I don't want to see a captain do that. You give me no confidence when the captain does not trust his plan. But like you said, other people are there. And if we have to make a change, we just have to make a change and go along. We could put Maharaj. He could be the captain for a while until somebody shows up.
I thank you very much, Bobby. I thank you for your comments and your reaction, and I thank you for your interest. I would have missed a lot of comments. They're scrolling by, and I would have missed a lot. And so I hope you understand. Now we're going to shift gears now to the players' rating for this match. So I'm going to ask you to put your player rating in the comment section. Please, I'm asking for your participation. We'll go player by player. So if we are going to start with Brathwaite, so you can start putting your numbers for Brathwaite. Please, it's only Brathwaite numbers that we are taking at this time. Don't go to the other players. We'll get to them shortly. So we are taking Brathwaite numbers at this time. You can put a comment while you give the player the score. You know, Bobby and I will give short comments, not long comment, very short. Bobby, in the first innings, I know in the second innings, Brathwaite came far too across his crease and set himself up for the inducker. One of the things that I do not understand, it seems like for West Indies batsmen, once the bowlers are working on a plan, it always comes true, and you heard that the batsmen get a good ball. But international batsmen must can bat good ball. And a way to prevent that is rotating the strike. Bobby, 3 in the first innings, 25 in the second innings. Let me hear how much you give him first.
I can't give Kraigg more than 2. You know, it was just poor. Like you said, good batsman can bat good ball. And it seems like Kraigg and the in-swinger are inseparable. they can't leave each other.
Yes.
So Kraigg gets a 2 for me.
And it's a simple fix to it, you know. It's a simple fix. I don't know why they don't fix it. You know, I give him a 1. I can't give him more than a 1. Gushard, Valistan Gushard is giving Kraigg a 4. Mikyle is giving him a 5.
Surprising.
A 5. He adjusted it to 3. Mr. Casanova give him a 3. Somebody who make 3 and 25 is getting a 3. Esto is saying 2, poor batting and captaincy. Well, we go to the captaincy later, Esso. Athena said a 2. Kirkamute said 4. I'm really some of these ratings, I'm surprised. Ian Bascom is saying 2. So those are the ratings for Kraigg Brathwaite. I don't see any other rating for him come up now. So Sherwin is saying Kraigg 5. I don't understand these ratings. I don't understand these ratings. Eric McClymont is saying 1. Yes, Mikyle Douglas is saying 2. But how could you give Kraigg a 5 when you give him a 4?
Yeah, Mikyle agree today.
Stephen Roach is saying that 0.5 is an experienced batter, but he gave us nothing. Yes. Kirkamute apparently changed it. Gerard Mead is saying 2. And Rupert Morgan is saying 1. All right. 0.5. Oh, sorry. Sherwin is saying 0.5, not 5. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for that. Now we'll go to Mikyle Lewis. So Kraigg Brathwaite, we're finished with Kraigg Brathwaite. You can start put Mikyle Lewis numbers in the comment section. Please, I'm asking you. So we are done with Kraigg Brathwaite now. Mikyle Lewis, Ducks in the first innings, he missed a complete straight one from the left-arm pacer coming round the wicket. Absolute straight one. He just played down the wrong line. In the second innings, he made 4, playing at one, just planking his front foot and edging a ball that was on 6 stump to 3rd slip. Again, a batsman who's opening, played 5 consecutive test matches, out behind the wicket on 7 of those occasions. I cannot give... Bobby, what's your score for? I'm giving him 0. I can't give him more than that.
That's the
4.
same thing. I'm giving him 0 because even that 4, he was lucky. He was lucky the umpire gave him a 4. It hit his thigh pad. So his average should really be 0 in this game. So I cannot give Mikyle more than 0. And the way he got out too in the second innings, playing with very hard hands at that new ball, big long prod with hard hands. I gotta give Louis a 0. I like him. I hope he goes back and work, but a 0 for Louis.
Valistan Gustard is saying 1. Eso is saying 1. Kirkamute is saying 1 or a big 0. Mr. Casanova is saying 1. Gerard Mead is saying 2. Lewis is negative. Paul Goodman is saying 1. Mikyle is saying 1. Arthur Grant is saying 0. Grantley Griffin is saying that Mikyle Louis has to be a 1. No doubt about that. Eric McClymont is saying Lewis has a lot to learn. Why is he playing off 6 thumb 0.5? I can't understand that why Eric McClymont, but that is something that I can fix. Mikyle Lewis is saying 0. Athena is saying Mikyle score, be sorry.
Not even giving him a score.
Yeah. Ian Bascom is saying Louis 1. He has a problem playing down the wrong line and not knowing where his off stump is and like to drop critical catches, and that despite 50 partnership in England, and he give him a 1. I love that, you make a comment and you say why you give him a 1. I appreciate that. Naya is saying -1. Rupert Morgan, we pass Kraigg. It's Louis now. Stephen Roach is saying Louis because he is relatively new. So if he wasn't new, he would have given him 0. And Paul Goodman is saying, I agree with 1. Louis is saying, Rupert Morgan is saying 0.5. So basically, Bobby, everyone is somewhere between -0.1 and 2. I think one person gave 2. You would always have a score or 2 in the wide end, but it's probably about 0.5 is the average, Bobby.
Yeah, somewhere around there. Yeah, 0.5 because most of the scores are between 0 and 1, so 0.5.
Okay. Keacy Carty made 26 and 17. In the first, now Keacy Carty looked really good at the crease now. There's no doubt about that. But looking good at the crease must translate to runs to be a good batsman, because batsmanship is all about scoring runs. So if you look like Shivnarine Chanderpaul, yet still you can score 11,862 runs, somewhere there, I don't have a problem. I don't want you to look elegant and can't average more than 28. And that is, he just gave his wicket away. He don't seem to can concentrate. I don't know, 26 in the first innings, he just chipped it to mid-wicket. Second innings, Hodge got out at backward point, 7 balls earlier for no ball. And then he tried to play off the up. A ball that he could just allow to go through, he played it off the up and have his leg stump knocked back. Boy, oh boy, I can't give Carty more than 3. I can't. What do you think, Bobby?
Yeah, 3 for me. Like you said, Carty looked good. When I looked at this guy, I'm still wondering how he averages 28. But I'm starting to understand now how he averages 28. He doesn't allow the game to come to him. He have all the skills. He have the skill sets to play Test cricket. There's no doubt in that. But what he needs to fix is his mind. He needs to fix his mentality towards the game. He needs to allow the game to come to him and stop going chasing. I see he left maybe like 10 balls and he thought that was it. And I'm saying, I cannot stress the fact that he got out, got lucky, and did the same thing again couple balls after. So he's not even, his game awareness is also off. So he needs to do some mental work. So I cannot give him more than a 3. And 3 is being generous.
Okay, Kirkham, you would give him a 3. Valistan is saying 4. Carty looks good, but give his hand away. I agree with you with that position. Mr. Casanova said Carty 4 because of how good he looks, but he has to score more runs. Okay, good. That's everyone is entitled to their opinions. I can't disagree with a man's opinion. I give him my opinion. Carty is a 3, low his confidence, but lack concentration. Good. Eric McClymont is saying 2. Gerard Mead is giving Carty a 5, confident and positive. Just 2 tests, remember. Okay. Mikyle Douglas is saying 2.5 for Carty. Could have been 3, but he's a lazy fielder and he need to work on his concentration. Good observation there, Mikyle Douglas. And Mikyle is saying 5. Sherwin is giving Carty a 5. Well, these standards seem very low, isn't it? Ian Boscombe is saying 2. Is currently showcasing what West Indies 4-day cricket looks good. Poor powers of concentration, no plan, only plays straight deliveries, need match awareness, only averaging 20s, and must grow. Agree with you, Ian Bascom. That's what we want to hear. That's how the players are going to grow, that's how the players. Arthur Grant is saying need work, 3. Jamor Sumal is saying Carty got 2.5. He new to test. Rupert Morgan is saying 1.5. Stephen Roach is saying Carty isn't much better than Mackenzie. So a 1 because he knows an early wicket has been lost. So there's it for Carty. Now we go to Athanaze. And really and truly, I don't have much to say about Athanaze. Dropped a chance at short mid-off. Dodged a chance when he was at second slip. Poor, he just so poor. I don't have anything to say about Athanaze. Would have said enough. 0 for me. Bobby, what's your thoughts?
I know this would happen to Athanaze. I know after that 92, I know he would be overconfident. I've seen it many times with West Indian batter. So a 1 for me. He only gets 1. Okay.
Mikyle Douglas is saying that, Kirkamute said Alick gets 0. Mikyle Douglas is saying -1 for Athanaze. He made 0 impact on the game, only a negative impact by dropping a catch and gifting his wicket and also dodging a catch. Esso is saying Athanaze 1 for this match. Valistan Gushard is saying 1. Mikyle is saying good. Mikyle is saying 1. Mr. Casanova is giving Athanaze 0.5. So thank you for your rating for Athanaze. We now go to the number. Conquer them. Conquer them is saying Alick get a 1. Disappointed. Eric McClymont is saying that Athanaze is a decent player, but drifts in and out of the game. Sorry, just 2. Gerard Mead saying Athanaze 4. He always come in crisis. And Ian Bascom is saying Alick, 1 Alick is lost. This guy techniques is wanting. He just feels he can hit his way out of trouble. He was an under 19 run getter. And Grantley Griffin is saying no one should be given 3. No one at all. Grantley Griffin, I don't know if you mean no one should be given as high as 3 or no one should be given as low as 3. So you probably want to clarify that for me, please. Kavem Hodge, 4 and 29, Bobby, can't give him more than 2.
Yeah, that's my ratings for Hodge too. 2.
Yes. So let me see your score for Hodge in the chat. So you can put your score for...
Maybe I give him even 1. Just for the way he got out twice. I'm going to give him 1.
Okay. So Kurt Amud is saying that Hodge get 2. Valistan Gustard is giving Hodge 3. Esso is giving Hodge 2. Athena is giving him 2. Mr. Casanova is giving Hodge 2. Grantley as high as 3, not good enough. Okay, good. You're saying that no one should give in as high as 3. Mikyle with 3. Eric McClymont, what is saying 5. I love it. Sherwin is saying 3. And Mikyle Douglas is saying 1.5 for Hodge. Jason Holder, Bobby, what's your thoughts on Jason Holder?
Jason Holder. Jason Holder, the first innings, he made sure he stayed not out so he can shut up people like me. When we say Jason Holder is not a number six, he can say, look at my average at number six. So he played, his first innings was good, was really good. But his second innings was just non existent. So a three for me, just because of his first innings.
Well, I am looking at that 54 not out, and I don't think he bowls bad. He remains unfit though. And it's hampering the bowling. He made a ducks in the second innings, but I still give him a five. I give him Jason Holder a five. Walistan Bussard gave him a five. Eso gave him a three. Kirkamute gave him a five. Eric McClymont said Holder the imposter, just two. Matt Pryor give him a five, and Athena give him a three. Very interesting there. Mr. Casa, we are Holder now. We are Jason Holder, please. Mr. Casanova is saying Holder 4 for the half century. Ian Boscombe is saying that 3, Holder is playing inconsistently, not internationally ready. So he's giving him a 3. But based on his performance, I would give him a 5. Wesley McPherson is giving Jason Holder 2. Gerard Mead is giving Jason Holder 2. He's too experienced to play such a horrible shot at that stage of the match. Very interesting. Sherwin is giving Holder 5 for batting, -2 for bowling. He gets a 3. Okay, fair enough. I love that. Frank Comine is saying 5. Stephen Roach is saying Holder is living off his century in England. 0.5. Rupert Hodge is saying 2. Mikyle Douglas is saying 4 for Holder. Can't forgive him for gifting his wicket at a crucial moment as an experienced player. Mikyle is giving him 4. So let's move on to Stephen Roach is saying 4 for Holder. Oh, I mixed up Stephen Roach there. I forgive the chat for reading Stephen Roach comment from Hodge. I just thought it was Holder. Because once we reach a player, we don't go back to the other player. So we are at Joshua Da Silva now. So it's your comment for Joshua Da Silva. Joshua Da Silva, 4 and 27 in the match. Horrible dismissal in the first innings. Not much better than Athanaze. Just planking the front foot, playing with stiff hands. In the second innings, I can see that the umpire was very disappointed to give him out umpire's call. But again, he played around his front pad. And I can't forgive him for playing around his front pad because these guys know these weaknesses and they should be working on it and allowing to access the ball. They need to point their toe down the pitch and able to access the ball. It's so easy to work on. 27, he dropped a dolly that almost burst his big toe and then he dodged 2 catches. I cannot give Joshua Da Silva more than 1, Bobby.
I'm gonna be a little bit more generous and give him 2, just because even though he should not be playing around his pads, but the umpire was really harsh on that call. So, and he looked like he was ready to help steer the ship to a victory. So I'm gonna give him a 2.
Okay. Sherwin gave him a 4. Walistan Bushard gave him a 5. Eric McClymont is saying, Da Silva, surely we hope a better keeper in the Caribbean. No more than 3. Mr. Casanova gave him a 2. I'm seeing many score from Walistan Bushard. I don't know which one to take. 3, Mikyle is giving him a 3. Frank Quamine is giving Da Silva 4. And Stephen Roach is giving Da Silva 1 for turning up. Ian Bascom is saying that Josh got a 1. Dropping catches, bad reviews, and playing off the wrong length, fell off that Bangladeshi debut series. Jamor Small is saying 1.5. Mikyle Douglas is giving a 2.5. Kirkamute is giving him a 0. Let's look now at, okay, one more comment came in for Da Silva there. I will give him a 3. Okay, I will give him a 3. Thank you very much, Walistan Bushard. Joshua Da Silva should be replaced as Grantley Griffin, okay, so he said that Joshua De Silva should be replaced as West Indies keeper. Time to give Imlach a chance, he's saying. Okay, and Gerard Mead is saying that Da Silva too inconsistent. Thank you very much. Let's look now at Gudakesh Motie. 3 wickets in the match, a top score in the second innings with 45, on a pitch Pacers did a lot of damage. South Africa did not pass 250 in any of their innings. That means the Pacers really bowl well, and he make a 45, and he still got 3 wickets despite the bowlers. You know, because when a team all out for 160, the spinner's not going to get a lot of bowling. 245, he bowled very well, I think, although only getting 2 wickets. I'm giving Gudakesh Motie a 6.
I'm giving him a 5. I thought his bowling in the first innings was just not there. So I'm gonna give him a 5. How much did he make in the first innings?
I think I don't remember, but a 45 top score in the second innings, that means a lot to me. So that's why I give him.
That's true. But
I think that he played 3 wickets in the match. As I said, I'm 45. I have to give him above average for that performance. So Mikyle is saying, Miguel is saying that Motie should get a 6. Ian Bascom is saying Motie 5. Fair bowling performance, good technique, one of the few playing with passion and interest in learning and adapting. Thank you. Gerard Mead is giving Motie a 4. He tried hard. Sherwin is saying, I don't care about Motie scoring runs. He gets a 5. Okay, all right, but I'm talking about performance. So you have to credit the man for his runs. Mikyle Douglas is saying 6 for Motie. Played 2 important innings with the bat, also for hanging around with Older and get a great partnership with Da Silva. Yes, he did hang around with Older in the first innings, and you remember he got out in the final over before the day's play. So he definitely deserves a 6, Mikyle. I agree with you. Frank Comer in Motie 4. Jamor Small, Motie 5. Athena, you give him a 2. Surprise. Mr. Casanova said Motie 7.2 wickets and 45. 7. You're giving Motie 7. It's 3 wickets he got in there. He got 1 in the first innings and 2 in the second innings. You know, Motie, I give him a 3.5. Wesley McPherson is saying that Stephen Roach gave him a 3.5 and Wesley McPherson gave him a 6. Yes, Kirk Amute is giving Motie a 5. Frank Comer is giving him a 5. Robbie McClagan is giving him a 6. Envoy, it's good to have a South African in here. I think that there's some objectivity. 6.5. That, yeah, it's just around there. Rupert gave him a 4. You know, to tell you the truth, and I can't see how, to be honest, I can't see how someone gave Motie a failing grade. When he got 3 wickets in a match, he made 45 in the second innings, top score, and he made 11 in the first innings when Ian Older hung on for quite a while when it looks like South Africa was going to run through the West Indies batting, and he got out in the final over before the close of play on the first day. I just can't see how, and I'm telling you the truth, I'm a bit disappointed with persons giving Motie less than 5, because his performance in the match was not below average. It was not. I am disappointed that anyone would give Motie less than 5. I can understand 5. I would have given him 6.5. But I cannot understand for a person who top scored in the second innings, he got 3 wickets in a match, that the pace bowlers one got 9 in the match, another one got 5, another one got 1. So the pace bowlers got 15 wickets in the match. The team got bowled out for 160 and 250. and your spinner still get 3 wickets. And he made 56 in the match, It's probably the highest scorer in the match, because Jay Sola made 54. He scored the most runs for your team in the match. He got 3 wickets. And you're going to give him less than a pass mark? Come on, man. I'm disappointed. Absolutely disappointed with this community for giving Gudakesh Motie less than 5. He deserves at least 5, man. Come on, man. I'm disappointed with that one. Jomel Warrican. Now, Jomel Warrican, none in the first innings, none for 19 in the first innings. He was the 5th bowler used. I think he bowled just about 4 or 5 overs. You can't give him a score or no score from that. I just think that is not in it. In the second match, in the second innings, again, he bowled late. However, he got 2 for 21, going at less than 2.5 runs per over. You can't ask for more. That, for me, that is a passing grade. He made 25 not out. I can't fail Warrican. Warrican look more determined. When Warrican came to the crease, and I saw him walk down to that Silva, and I'm lip reading and him saying to that Silva, I'm not getting out, So you can lick off these runs. I'm not getting out. And he did not get out. He made 25 not out. 5 for Warrican for me. Bobby, what's your thoughts?
Well, I have to give Warrican 7 because he did not get enough chance to bowl in the first innings. He stood around a bit, but gave his wicket away. But like you said, in the second innings, he was probably the most determined batsman for the West Indies. He wanted to win that game. You could see it in him. Like you said, maybe that's what he told the Silva. He's going to stick around with him. But this guy was very determined against everybody, against Rabada, against everybody. He was very determined not to give his wicket away. And he played with great composure. Whenever a bad ball was there, he went for his shot, right? And this is what we asked the batsman to do. I don't know why it's so hard for them. Warrican came out and dug deep as a bowler and almost won the game. And I thought he was decent. He was good with the ball. So I'm going to give him a 7. 7 for
Thank
me.
you. Thank you very much. Sherwin is saying 5.5 for Warrican. Mikyle Douglas is saying Warrican gets 6. Brathwaite did him dirty too by putting him in at first slip. Okay, Eric McClymont is saying underused by Brathwaite 6. Kirkamute is saying that Warrican get a 5. Mr. Casanova is giving Warrican a 7.5. Ian Bascom believes that Warrican 5 for batting effort, economical, supportive spinner, and overall fair performance. Gerard Mead is saying Warrican 6, good bowling and sensible batting. Frank Quamine is giving him a 5.5. Mikyle is giving him a 5.5. Kirkamute is giving him a 5. And Rupert Morgan is giving Warrican a 5. And now the next person is Shamar Joseph. 5 for 33 in the first innings. He never got any wickets in the second innings. 25 and 11 in the match, more than most of our batsmen. 6 for Shamar. A man cannot get a 5 for and don't get at least 6. What are your thoughts, Bobby?
Yeah, man, if you get a 5 for, you have to get at least 6. But like you said, his batting, he scored more runs than a lot of our batters. So I'm gonna give him one more. I'm gonna give him a 7.
Okay,
just
thank
for his
you.
batting.
Thank you very much, Bobby. Let's see what they're saying for Warrican. Valistan Gossard is saying 7. 7 for Shamar Joseph. Valistan Gossard is saying. Eric McClymont is saying Shamar 6.5. Kirkamute is saying Shamar 9.5. Wow. Mikyle is saying 6.5. Sherwin is saying 7.5. Esso is saying 7.5. Mr. Casanova is saying Shamar Joseph 8. Gerard Mead is saying 8 for enthusiasm and determination. I would add performance to that. He got a 5 for in the first innings. Gerald McMead, he got a 5 for. Mikyle Douglas is saying 8 for Shamar. Ian Bascom is saying 7. Good positive day, 1 bowling. Good lower order, 1 support, and he used as a blueprint by Mulder. Okay, very good observation there, Ian Bascom. I appreciate that. Jamor Small is saying 6 for the home boy, and Amrita Stockborn is saying Shamar 7. So all things you have to go, please, all things, just go with the flow, please. Now to the Wonder Boy, Jayden Seals. I know I've said so much about Jayden Seals. He's on so many thumbnails. 9 for 106 in the match. Can't give him less than an 8.5. So I'll give him an 8.5. Bobby, what's your score for Jayden Seals?
9. 9. Took 9 wickets in a match. I got to give Seals a 9. If there was more wickets to take, he would have took more. 9. No explanation needed. 9. This guy was just great. Bowling thunders. 9.
So Mikyle Douglas is saying 10 for Seals. What more can he do? Even the field after long spell, that man was giving his all, diving around and chasing ball. Wollaston Gussard is saying 10. 10 for Seals. Amrita is saying that Seals get 8. Eric McClymont is saying that Seals 10. Seals is getting better every test and he give him 10. SO is saying 9.5 for Seals maturity. Sherwin is giving Seals at 8.5. Jayden Seals 9.5. Always room for improvement, said Mr. Casanova 1. Kirkhamute is giving Seals a full 100, 10. Gerard Mead is giving Seals 9.5. Ian Bascom is giving him 9. Outstanding bowling. Excellent support for Joseph in first innings. Lovely second wicket all. Good comment there again, Ian Bascom. I love that analyst. Frank Comine is saying 9 for Jayden Seals. Did his jobs. It did his job. Very, very good. All things are saying 100 for Seals. I guess he mean 10, And Stephen Roach is saying Seals got a 6. Yes, thank you.
What?
Seals got a 6. Stephen Roach is saying.
How much wickets Stephen Roach want him to take? 20?
I don't know. I definitely don't know. I don't have it here. How much would you give the captain for his captaincy? How much would you give the captaincy for his captaincy, Bobby? I definitely think that he was good in this match, except I think that he continues to favor Jason Holder. And on Friday, he should have bowled Seals for more than 3 overs after he got those 2 wickets. And that is only where I mark him down. But by and large, I think that he was good. And I will give him a 6. How much would you give the captain, Bobby?
Yeah, I will give him a 6. Like you said, just for favoring Holder, that was not the right decision. And his field placing was good. And for the batting was just horrible. So that's why it brings it down to 6. But in terms of in the field, his captaincy was great. Just with the batting and the mentality going in, I have to give him a 6 for that.
So SO is giving 1 for captaincy. Sherwin is giving the captain gets a -5 for -5. Wow.
No, Sherwin, the captain also is responsible for out in the field, not just the batting.
Okay, Jamor Small is 0.3. Ian Bascom said 1. He needs to be more proactive and use the spinners more. Mikyle is giving him a 5. Amrita is giving him captaincy 0 for performance. Gerard Mead is giving the captaincy 4. Eric McClymont is captain is poor 3. Okay. Mr. Casanova is saying 0. And Mikyle Douglas is saying 5 for the captaincy. Okay, it's very, very, very interesting. Now, It's very interesting. So, how much are you going to give the coach now? So please put the coach ratings in the chat. I look at the coach and I'm based on what we are heard, he clearly goes away from his plan. And I think that the coach has to lead and he has to be strong-headed. I can't give Andre Cole more than 3, Bobby. How much you give him?
I'm going to give him a 2. And I cannot stress the fact enough. When you go away from your plan, you give me no confidence. You give the guys no confidence. And it tells me you are not confident in what you are doing. And we need confident people. We need you to be confident in your method. Even if we think it's crazy. It's your method. Make it work. You must make it work.
Yeah, man. Fail doing your thing. Don't do somebody else's thing.
Yes.
Yes. Coaching 0. Walliston is saying 3 for Coley. Eric McClymont is saying 2.5. Mr. Casanova giving Coley 1. Gerard Mead is giving the coach 7. Wow, a coach is as good as his players. Arita is saying coach bowling selection is good. Rupert, okay. All right, so we were at the coach and so now. So overall, Bobby, just giving your final comments, and if persons have their final comments, we have moved away from the player rating now. I know everyone would select Jayden Seales as a player of the match for the West Indies, so I don't need to go there. I think Jayden Seales is a player of the match, no doubt about it. Bobby, we have been here a while. Give us your final comments. If there are persons who just want to put some comments, we will take a few of those comments also before we close. What are your thoughts, Bobby? Overall, final comments.
Yeah, my thoughts overall on the series is I'm picking about that Cricket West Indies and their marketing department. You know, the marketing of this test match was just trash, was horrible. All right, the promotion was horrible. I've said it in the starting or the ending of the South Africa T20 series right before the World Cup. I said I would like to see that type of promotion being done for Test cricket, right? And it's almost like it was no effort. They did not put any effort in it. And also, if you're going to send Test matches to Trinidad and Guyana and nobody wants to come, it's better you put it in Grenada and Dominica or where people are going to come. Because, you know, I would like to see more people at the ground, right? And I know we're not winning. That's one of the reasons. But still, West Indies have done nothing in promoting the game. It's almost like they're just on cruise control. They're like, whatever.
Yes. Athena is saying 0 for marketing, and Mikyle is saying marketing was poor, and we all agree with that. Eric McClymont is saying Seales will get better. The Jamaica Cricket Association need to look after Kirk McKenzie. Eric McClymont, I would put it this way, and I take your point. I know Kirk McKenzie's father. He's behind his son all the way. He's there for his son. He will drop him off at Sabina Park early in the morning before he goes to work. He will check with the coaches and the trainers and so on. And so from what I have seen is that Kirk has good support from his father. He has a CWI retainer contract. That means he's getting roughly about anywhere between $7,000 and $8,000 a month. The coaches are at Sabina Park. The trainers are at Sabina Park. The physical trainers are at Sabina Park. As a West Indies player, he can go to Sabina Park anytime and train. So I really think that the ball is now in Kirk McKenzie's court. You know, JC have to play their role. They have to do whatsoever they can do. But I really think that 90% of what needs to be done right now is in Kirk McKenzie's hand. I think that to use a Jamaican proverbs, I think the cow has been taken to the water and Kirk needs to drink it. You know. So thank you for your comment. I appreciate that comment. Gerard Mead is saying that you're absolutely spot on, Bobby, about the marketing. And Volistan is saying that field placement was bad, allowed the tailenders to rotate strike. What are your reaction to that, especially that 63-run partnership? We lost the match by 40 runs, but I still don't think that it was that 63-run partnership that caused us to lose the match. As I said in my opening remarks, if on Thursday you had told me that South Africa was going to make 160 runs in their first innings, I'd take it right away, and most of us would have taken it right away. Do you think that Kraigg Brathwaite was a little slack in the field?
No. I think this is a thing, a very common problem sometimes. When people are bowling to tailenders, they try a bit too much instead of just sticking to the basic. I think these things happen at times. And like you said, I don't think it's to that. I wouldn't blame we losing on that 63. Because if you told me South Africa would made 160, I'll take that any day of the week.
Yeah, AR is saying that it's okay for the West Indies to lose fair and square, and he will accept the loss. But when umpires are not fair across the board, I will not pay for that. Bobby, how you react? Because we there is some concern about the umpiring, and I remember when South Africa came to Jamaica, and this is why crowd is important at cricket, at cricket, because crowd can be aggressive without being violent, so to speak. Let me give you an example. When South Africa came for the 3-match T20 series at Savannah Park, one of the umpires gave a West Indies batsman out, and he reviewed it, and the ball was missing the stump. When he reviewed it, that umpire was roundly booed by the crowd. They booed him. Do you think that he's going to give any 50-50 decision against the West Indies after that, Bobby?
No, I don't think so.
He's going to ensure that the persons are out before he does that. And so I do not think it was the umpire's decision that caused us to lose the test. But then the crowd need to be a 12th man. And again, Bobby, and I saw a number of persons agreeing with you, Mikyle, and a number of persons, Gerard Mead, agreeing with you. The match was not marketed properly. Bobby?
Oh, yeah. I mean, there was zero effort from them. Zero effort. I don't know what it is. I don't know if they're just saying, listen, whatever we're making from TV rights, we're okay with it. But, people needs to be at the ground. It's an international match. People need to be there. The players need to feel it. Maybe if people were there and put pressure on the top order batsman, maybe they would have sat down and bat, right? But so anybody who's coming in the job, whenever the new CEO comes, that's one area he needs to look on. They need to take bilateral seriously, because they come and they complain that we're not making money, blah blah blah, because you're not doing the right things. You're not putting in the work.
Thank you very much, Bobby. Thank you very much, Gerard Mead. I appreciate that comment. Tomorrow morning, the women's CPL starts on Wednesday. Tomorrow morning, Basil Butcher will join me here as we do a preview of the women's CPL. Please join me then. Have a wonderful day, everyone. Thank you very much, Bobby. Take care of yourself. Take care of your loved ones. Bye for now.